Alright, hello. Welcome back to another stream. Hope that everyone is doing really well. The goal for today is to finish work on this bad boy. It's been a long time in the making and I think it's time to wrap this build up. I'm done panel lining this thing and detailing for the most part. I hoped I would be able to do the decals by today, but unfortunately, detailing took a little bit longer than I anticipated. So the goal for today is to do a bunch of decals on this bed unit, and that will be it for this build. Then just, filming the review real quick and posting it. So I guess the target, hopeful target for this build review is next weekend, but it shall be seen how the cards unfold. Let's turn on the LEDs and get to work. It doesn't seem like there is that many decals to apply on this bad boy, so it should be fairly quick work getting the decals sorted for this. The guide seems to be pretty cool, but I wish they were maybe splitting it up by section and showing it up close, because some of the decal placements are a bit minute and far away. Not like the most user-friendly way to show it, but it's not too bad. So I guess let's start with the front of the chest, or maybe the back of the torso. Let's see. No, I'll start with the front. How are you guys doing? Everybody's doing all right, I hope. Any interesting builds you guys are working on? Let's get the knife ready. I also need my tweezers. Let's find the right pair. Let's double check if the audio is working fine. Yes, it is. Nice. Cool. Alright, so we start with the front. They want some on the head unit, 3 and 4 on the sides, 1 on the top of the antenna. The back of the head, 33. Okay, you know what? Let's do the head unit first then. 3 and 4 up top. And 1 on the antenna. Oh, this one, okay. Curious if these decals are good. I've never worked with motornuclear decals before. Usually they're kits. Just the ones I've done prior had no decals. These were actually in this moisturizer box for like 2 days. Not on purpose. I kind of forgot about detailing before I thought of doing decals, so I had to kind of push them aside for a while. So we'll see if being in moisturizer for a few days actually does anything negative to these decals. I don't think it should. I've never had that problem. 33 at the back. Yeah. Cut actual decal. Boom. There is the on. Hello, welcome to the stream. How you doing, amigo? You think this is a Xeon affiliated design? Or does it look like Xeon to you? What's your thoughts? A little bit of gaps, but in my case there are gaps in this armor because I have wires running on the inside, so if I try to snap them all the way in, it actually cuts the wires, so sort of like unintended consequence of doing LEDs without creating routes for them necessarily, just running super thin wires. So 3 and 4 are so tiny, those decals, hard to see, man. Okay, so 3 and 4 is at the top of the head, and 5 and 6 at the side, and 28. Okay, more decals. 5 and 6. There. And then 28 is a little highlight. Just like to drop the stream so I can see much on the phone. Now it's the camera. Yeah, I can zoom in for you, my friend. There you go. Hopefully you can see it better now. There you go. How's it going for you? It's going pretty well for me. Thank you for asking. It's been a pretty busy week. I'm very glad to chill now. Work on some model kits. You know, just relaxing time. Been working on this kit for a little while, and you know, want to wrap it up. Want to film the review. I'm enjoying it, but I think I'm done with it now. Sometimes, like when you work too long on one kit, it kind of gets a bit repetitive, I guess, with the same kit, that is. This decal guide, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not the biggest fan of it. Everything is so freaking tiny. Let's start from the top. Yeah, it does. We were actually on the live stream last week. We were wondering sort of what to name this build, and I think my favorite suggestion was Master Jaeger or Jaeger Master. I think Master Jaeger is the one I'm gonna go for, because this gives like Jaeger vibes, and it also gives, like, from Pacific Rim, right? And it also gives Master Chief vibes, especially with this head unit option. It has another head unit option that's more like Transformer-like looking. But yeah, I don't think this has necessarily Xeon vibes. It's a pretty good looking kit. Very like super duper mechanical, super heavy on you know, gimmicks and stuff like that. Not something typical for motornuclear considering their prior installments, but very much welcome nonetheless, just for me. I enjoy designs like that. Oh, this decal is gonna be a bit annoying. Let's make sure we don't mess it up. Boom. Have you tried setting the whole sheet in there? Yeah, so I don't usually place entire sheet. What I usually do is I just cut out a bunch of them, you know, like I do right now. It helps me keep them organized. There was one time when I had maybe like a year ago, or maybe half a year ago, I had an accident where I spilled a large cup of water on top of a decal sheet, and I had to transplant the entire decal onto the moisturizer box. But yeah, these moisturizers are like, ever since I found them on AliExpress freaking years ago at this stage, have been an essential part of my model kit sort of tool set. I tried using wet palettes, but the papers that those use are not very good, at least in my experience, for decals, because you tend to rip them apart with the tweezers when you pick up the decals. So what I prefer are these spongy moisturizer boxes. They like cost nothing, next to nothing on Amazon. Oh, sorry, AliExpress. I think I have links to them. they're super easy to come by. So yeah, like a go-to tool. Quite frequently I have decals sit in these boxes for days, if not weeks, especially when I work on like larger builds. So and just dunking the decals in like in a cup is old school, not the most user-friendly approach, I'd say. Better than that. 3 4s, 3 should be looking towards the front. Let's make sure. Oh, I wonder if I'm gonna actually come across any misspelling on the decals. That's a bit of a common trend. Usually there's at least one decal on the kit that has an English word that's misspelled. Let's see if we come across anything like that here. So far, caution is spelled correctly. Yeah, and also when you put them one by one, you know, it helps to keep track of them. But if you put the entire sheet and if you happen to have too much water on your sponge in a moisturizer box, the decals will start floating around, and that can mess it all up quite badly. But yeah, it's whatever, like whatever is your preferred method, dude. If you watch any of my build time lapses, sometimes I have this box fully stacked with decals, like fully. And sometimes it's just a little bit, like now. It depends on the vibes, part, amount of decals. I'm not fussed about the exact approach. I just always recommend using these moisturizer boxes, especially if you build a lot or if you deal with water decals a lot, because they make your life so much easier. And of course, these moisturizers sort of will force you into using something like Mark Setter or an equivalent solution, because if you leave decals you know, moisturized for a good while, they're whatever, like however little adhesive they might have on the sheet, that will sort of dissolve. Big deal. Hey, hello, how's it going, dude? Welcome to the stream. Decals floating around sounds like a nightmare. Yes, indeed, my man. Takes a bit of, I mean, yeah. So that's why, like, you know, I keep it separate. Gotta keep them separated. About 28 will go right where? Right here. So we can choose the easy one to begin with, eh? I wonder is it too dark for you guys? Should I turn on more lights, or is it like bright enough? Let me know. If it's too dark, let me know. I'll turn on some extra lights. I realize it might look a bit different on camera than it looks for me in real life.
Computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions.
Plus this kit is pretty dark as well. It's a bit dark. Alright. Hold on a sec. Okay, maybe change. Bear with me, fellas. Bear with me. Should go to the settings. Brighten it up a smidgen. it should be better now. Problem is that the kit itself is pretty dark as well, so it tends to not reflect much light. Well, hopefully now it's a bit more visible. There you go. All right.
So we started doing that in the middle of a blind. This decal. Careless.
Nice. Thank you.
This kit is fully panel lined with the steady water-based liner. It's going to be, the decal work is going to be a bit sensitive. If any liquid touches those panel lines, we're going to have a lot of mess on our hands.
Cannot have that. Cannot have that.
5 and 6 will go right under there. 5 and 6, they sort of look like. Oh shit, did I apply wrong decal to the back of it? Quite possible.
Whatever. Still look cool. A lot of like caution decals here. So it's 5 and 6 going there. Ramen sounds good, man. Enjoy your food. I just had some pasta before the live stream.
Getting juiced for a few hours of solid work.
Enjoy your ramen.
Maybe I should move this a bit forward. I think it will look cooler if it's towards the front. But not too close to the front.
Son of a... Oh yeah, he's a real nice chunk, man. Look at these feet. They're like, yeah, the camera can show it still. It's freaking thick, very thick. And the amount of gimmicks in the feet, ooh, in the legs, that is nuts. I'm very, very, very pleased with this. And I saw some people actually twisting the feet. So they don't have it like that, they actually have it like, hold on. Can I do it without breaking anything? Maybe I need to like detach it, do it like this. So do it like that. Boom. So it's like the track is forwards, this is lifted, and this looks backwards. Gives it like a slightly different look when you do it like this. I'm not sure if that's intentional, like by design, but I saw a picture of someone holding the kit like this, and I was like, wow, that's definitely something I want to give a shot when I pose mine eventually. Like, this looks pretty dope. I've bought the kit on Gunpla, which is, you know, they are the sponsor of this channel. I have a code with them and all that stuff. So if they're available in your country, consider checking them out. There should be a link in the description.
It will hopefully give you a really good deal. And if you want to, you can support the channel. Yeah,
it's gundamit.com.
By pretty much all of my third-party kits from them. Hold on. It's like almost this vise is not large enough for this kit. Ever since I bought this DSPIAE vise, I've been so happy with it, and I still am. I feel like I need to look for something slightly larger.
More stable when you try to manipulate like an entire upper body. It's just barely enough for this one. When you work on larger kits, it struggles because it doesn't have a big enough base to balance out a heavier part.
I don't think I'm in desperate need for that, but it'll be good to do some research for alternatives. Potential expansion to the tool set. And this, and I think there's also one more decal at the back of the head. Even though I'm not entirely sure where it would go. The back of the head is quite busy already. Where do they want it to be? They want it to be on top of a black part, and I'm using silver parts, so screw that. And I don't have another part because I have wires. Yes, the back of my head is actually exposed. I could put one there to the side, maybe. There's never too many decals, right? Maybe we actually will put it on the other side where now there's already that part there. Yeah, let's put it here.
Taking a break from building kits because just finished Fat Cat Crumbs. So then my fingers are. I don't remember Fat Cat being that difficult, my man. I understand wanting to take a break, and you know, I absolutely do. Don't feel like you have to build. It's about being going anywhere, dude. But I wonder what in your Fat Cat build hurt your fingers, dude. It's been a little while since I built mine. Maybe my memory is a bit vague on that build. Both God Gundam and Gramps, I thought they were fairly straightforward builds and pretty quality. Or you just overall just tired from building. I'm curious because, you know, if there is like, I guess, evidence that Fat Cat QC is not the best, it's just, you know, good information to know. I have just received the third-party 1/100 scale Xeon. I'm very excited to build that, even though my next builds will, after this, will be something special to be announced on the channel. And sort of Xeon doesn't fit that theme that I'm gonna go for my next project. But I'm itching to build it as well. Maybe like doing 2 builds at the same time. Might be a bit of a stretch for me. But it's just, it seems to be a pretty cool kit. And also real great Xeon original one is arguably my favorite real grade kit. The competition is high in real grade. There's so many good real grades from Bandai, but Xeon is just special in my heart. Such a beautiful kit. So we want to place 4 into there. Okay. Then, which one's this? It's 21. Sure, Bella? Yeah, alright. Like,
I don't know why Modern Nuclear decided to have all of the decals on one page, but holy, it would have been much easier if they just had like a diagram, like Bandai likes to do, or dedicated per part, per section pictures, because this is just hard to follow. Oh, maybe I've just been a bit too fussy. No, it's hard to follow. Especially because the rest of the guide is so good.
Oh, I missed a bunch of chats. Where I bought the kit, so I bought it from Gunpla.com, so if you're interested, check out the link in the description. They are the big part supporter of the channel. I've been their customer. I'm affiliated with them now, but I'm very much supporter of Gundam. I think they deserve it. They're doing a good job. So yeah, Gundam.com. Check the link in the description. Oh, damn. Thoughts in the metal bootleg Gundam with metal in frame. I actually checked it out earlier today on Facebook. I don't really care, honestly, about metal builds all that much. I do hope to buy some metal builds in the future, just to see what Bandai metal builds are all about. I had intention to buy a metal build Camphor some time ago when it was released, but I just couldn't justify paying $1,000 Canadian for that. I'm not saying it's not worth it. I'm saying it's not worth it for me for now. I just think it's too much. Yeah, it's hard. I find it hard to justify the price. So I can't really comment on metal builds. I have very little experience with metal builds myself at the moment. Well, none. So I understand why probably third-party metal builds might have market, because if the original metal builds are so damn expensive, people might want to be looking for alternatives that are a bit more accessible. But yeah, because I also collect-ish Hot Toys and in art and some other mecha figures. None of them are as expensive as metal builds, at least in Canada. So I don't know, maybe metal builds are so freaking cool, and when I try one I would be able to stop. But what I saw in the pictures for God Gundam looked fine. But I don't really have a comparison frame for that. And I didn't bother looking into it, honestly. It wasn't difficult. The lax inner frame was hard to connect and needed a lot of finger force. Oh yeah, I know that can really take a toll on human, man. Like the tight fit for sure. What I've been relying on heavily is a set of tools like this. Well, I think I mentioned them quite often, but I have this Hobby Mio. Let me actually zoom out so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Wrong way. So I have like a metal, not metal. Yeah, it's made of metal, but it's like a model kit mallet with rubber ends, so it doesn't damage the plastic necessarily. This helps with tight fit. Then I also had a set of pliers like these with plastic, covers on the end. And recently, by the recommendation from one of the community members, I've acquired these on AliExpress. These are Hobby Mio as well, and these are like super wide tip plastic cover. This is actually rubber, not just plastic. So these help assemble entire joints. Yeah, so you can apply a lot of force without damaging or aggravating your fingers, But still, whenever you have to use these tools all the time, when you build a kit, it just gets to you, right? Because you want to just snap it with your fingers. So I totally get you, my man. Totally get you. Take a break when you feel like it, come back. I'm sure there is lots of cool designs that you would be interested in building. Oh.
bit. Let's get sharpener. Hey Taco, welcome to the stream. 3 builds at one time.
Damn, you're crazy.
I'm struggling to keep up with 1 build at a time.
But I might have to try to do several builds at a time as well, because the next project we're going to be doing on the channel actually involves, let me count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3 or 4 kits, I don't remember. Next project is going to be massive. It won't be new kits, but it will be kits that I've been wanting to build for a while, and they'll be Bandai kits. I hope you guys will enjoy. We'll be doing some custom work to them. We'll be top coating them, and hopefully the final review for them will look super duper dope. So I'm sticking to that. But there is a chance that in parallel with that, I will build the Master grade Xeon. That thing is sort of caught in the name. Okay, I'm not entirely sure where this part decal across because it doesn't really fit the point. On the picture, it's supposed to wrap around the entire part, but in practice it doesn't. I shall make sure that in my review for this kit I make my discontent with this decal guide very well known. I understand why they need to make it this difficult. 14 at the top middle. Boom. Sounds gold going for 10 joules. I'm not sure what it means. Sorry if I'm missing something. What is that USB cable? Oh, well, this kit I wired with a set of custom LEDs. I have a custom LED here in the head unit. I have a set of custom LEDs here in the chest, in the chesticle. Then if you open it up, boom, there's another custom LED on the inside right there. And then, oh, damn it. Speaking of freaking Vice struggling. And then, if that's not enough, let me show you something even cooler. Hold on. Stand by. Technical difficulties. So, if we move this out of the way a little bit and we open these hatches like that, and then we engage the gimmick, boom, there's more custom LEDs right there in these charging thingies, in the batteries. I'm not sure how well they will show up on the camera now because it's pretty bright, but if you check my community posts, you will see a few pictures I've posted so far on the custom LED mod that I've done to this kit. It's quite extensive. That's why it's been taking me a little while to finish this build. It took me a week to modify it with LEDs. So yeah, the wire at the end is you know, all of the LED wires neatly connect right there on the inside, and it's a wrapper that goes straight to a USB power bank for now. But when it's going to be on a shelf, it will be of course wired to my general power supply for all my kits. Yeah. I just thought, so if you decide to get this kit, I guess a fair warning for anyone interested in this kit, when you're gonna be building it, you will see that the guide, actually, let me show you. It's a bit of a annoying thing that motornuclear decided to do with this, but it's very much worth pointing out, and will be most definitely a point of criticism, at least in my review for it. Let me find the right page. So when you start building this thing, you can see that, you know, the guide is pretty good. It tells you like, hey, this is the body unit, these are the runners you need. And then in a few sections it will tell you LED unit goes here. So it actually, this kit is supposed to have LED units. I assume battery powered, but nonetheless. None of them are included in the box. You have to find them and buy them separately, which is not cool at all, man. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I understand Bandai does that. I don't agree that this is a good practice to follow. And these seem to be some sort of proprietary LED modules. I didn't see them listed on Goddammit. I asked a fellow content creator who is also working on this kit at the moment, and their experience is the same, because I thought maybe my copy simply was, I don't know, early review sample or whatever the hell, maybe a mistake in packaging, but no, their copy also has no LED units. So, you know, that sucks. It's not that this kit is super duper expensive, but it just sucks when you buy a kit, you expect it to be fully equipped with whatever it needs to be. You don't expect it to be like freaking Bandai PGU that you pay $1,000 for, and then you have to pay another couple of $100 for it to get the LED set for it. You know what I mean? Not cool. So instead of doing any sort of research to find the dedicated LED units for this, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna have my own LED units with blackjack and hookers. Because that's what Bender said in Futurama. Well, I think we found the first typo. Hold on. I think this thing has a typo on the decal. I think it's just unfortunate print in design. Let me zoom in so you guys can see. So this decal is supposed to say caution, this one, but because it has a line going through it, it looks like an ocean. Bit of a weird thing. We want duck in the points against that. I don't think that's technically a typo. I think it's just design choice. Maybe less than ideal design choice, but whatever. Just looking at this mention of it. Decided to go with a different color scheme on Oberon. Switched from black gray to Archangel from X-Men. Oh, nice, dude, nice. So metal build is based on metal build made into a kit by third party. Oh, I have a buddy who like used to build a lot, and one of the kits that, according to him, sort of took him out of the hobby was he was building high RM God Gundam, and that sort of destroyed like his appreciation for the hobby. So I hope that this third-party kit is nothing like that, because supposedly that kit was not a pleasant experience at all. Yeah, good to know. I thought that the battle builds are supposed to be like, you know, super cool, painted, detailed, all that stuff. So if you turn it into a model kit, I guess, not sure how you would do it, because if you want to have all of that pre-painted, pre-detailing, like, well, pre-painted, pre-detailed out of the factory, wouldn't that make it super duper expensive? Because you have to paint all those parts, you have to package them in such a way that doesn't damage them in shipping. It's kind of, you know, wondering out loud, I guess. Is it in the center? So we can double check with a ruler. I'm a bit worried whenever these decals are like in the middle of a open part. So that makes it maybe 6.5 millimeters. Close enough. Hold on, please. Bit behind on the chat because decal work is time sensitive before they dry out. So, of course, I had to mess it up.
Double check. I'm gonna touch it. No, hold on. What bastard.
Back, do some dishes first. Hey, enjoy the ramen, dude. I like to do build on live stream without gaps of my built-in off stream. Oh crap, that's a hell of a dedication. What did you miss? Nothing major. You know, I applied maybe 2 or 3 decals while you were gone. Not fastest with the decals. As I'm trying to keep up with the chat. This is the kind of thing, especially when you have your kit fully panel lined, like I have this, fully panel lined with a water-based panel liner. You really gotta be careful with the decals, because one little slip and you're in a whole world of trouble. Water-based panel liner, you know, it activates at the slightest touch of moisture, and then the decal gets saturated with that ink, and it's a whole world of mess. I really don't want to get into it. Well, I hope to avoid it if I can. The most difficult one was Osiris when I was building that, because Osiris is like super duper packed with different grooves and notches that I ended up panel lining, but it also has a lot of decals, and that was a hell of a combo to work through. Well, we did it. We did it. Let's very carefully get the liquid out of that bad boy. And this one. Oh, come on. Don't swim around, you son of a... Boom. Stay put. There we go. Mark Software will clean up the rest. Dirty. Right now my focus is sending down and prepping up around for paint job. Nice, man. Be sure to wear a respirator or a mask when you do that. Don't want to inhale all those particles. Your lungs will thank you very, very much as the time goes on. That fine dust is no bueno. 16. Go right here on this little plumper. Do I have it cut out? No, of course I don't. Drop the subscribe button, hopefully survive. Oh, thank you very much, my friend. I really appreciate your subscription, and I appreciate you hanging out on the stream. I hope so too. I hope survival is... Well, I'm not per se dependent on the channel at the moment. It's my hobby, but you know, if ever the channel grows enough to become my main hassle, that would be potentially a dream come true. But no pressure, you know, just enjoying what I got. Enjoying the hangouts, enjoying the community, enjoying the chance to be in this hobby while it's actually in a super duper good state. I mean, arguably, the amount of kits that are coming out from Bandai and from third party is amazing. The designs are super cool. And I've been in this hobby for, what is it? I think we were celebrating 3 years earlier. It was in April, 3-year landmark for me personally, and a couple of years for the channel. Remember when I
because I got into this hobby because of poor health. I told the story a couple times, but I'm just gonna TLDR. When I got into this hobby, it was because of poor health. Something was happening. I had to stay at home for a while, and I was sort of looking for things to do to occupy myself while I was locked at home. Was going to be locked at home. And a friend of mine, because before this I only knew about like Legos, and I also play a lot of music, and I like to draw a lot. So I was looking for more potentially. What else can I do? And a friend of mine told me about a mecha model kit building hobby, and I was like, wait, what the hell are you talking about? Is that one of those things that you have to glue them all together, like I saw people building their tanks? He's like, no. This is snap fit. I'm like, what do you mean snap fit? It's like Lego, but super duper cool and even better. And I just went ahead and my nearest shop, they happened to have at the time a perfect grade Red Astray Gundam. And it was like 200 Canadian bucks, which is a good chunk of money, but coming out of Lego, I was like, wow, this is a massive box and it's just 200 bucks. So I just bought that, I immediately went into building that, and I couldn't stop since. Just nuts. And then I discovered third party, and it completely blew my head off. And then filming came, the channel came, everything is just enjoying it, man. So, I guess all I'm trying to say is thank you very much for your support. It truly is greatly appreciated.
Oh, Lord, I need to get you up on the chat. Good job with the LEDs. Thank you very much, amigo. Yeah, so far they are working. Hopefully none of them burn out. I made sure that it has appropriate resistor of the chain. Go research for those parts. I've watched another stream. I didn't make a dedicated LED video for this kit. I did make a dedicated LED video for my previous build, the Wolf Technology Wolf model. Very similar approach here. Conceptually, right? Obviously, the placement of LEDs is slightly different. Placing LEDs with this kit is actually much easier because they have those dedicated slots for the LED units that otherwise would house batteries, so there's actually quite a lot of space on the inside. But yeah, LEDs is something I do quite a lot of my kits, and I'm trying to improve with how I do LEDs by tightening up wires and stuff like that. But I'm probably, if this kit had included LED modules, even with the batteries, I would have still criticized those because I despise battery-powered LED modules. In my opinion, those are a useless gimmick. They're not sustainable. They're not going to survive, those LED modules. In my book, it's always, if you are adding LEDs to your figure or kit, they have to be USB powered. Otherwise, it's just a stupid gimmick and an excuse to save a buck. It's a bit of a strong opinion, I guess, but
it comes from a good place. Let's cross this out so it looks like I've done some work.
But I prefer if you move the camera closer to what you're working on the left. There, I'm trying to tell you what to do if you're in my life. Yeah, I always value input for sure. And yeah, it's a bit of a challenge. So what I use for live streaming is a camera that I use for, what's it called? I use this camera for my time-lapse recordings. It's not like a dedicated camera for live streaming. So the best I can do at the moment is just, zoom in and out the camera when I'm working on something. But when I zoom in, I tend to move my stuff around, so it kind of goes out of zoom. So yeah, there is an idea to try to live stream with the camera that I use for my reviews. But that will require like a full proper setup every time I want to live stream. and that just might make it so I don't want to live stream at all. So it's a bit of a work in progress, but I truly appreciate all the input, and it's very much taken into account. If I can figure out a better way to use my time-lapse camera for live streaming, but yeah, I will need to experiment and see if there is a better way to for you guys to see what I'm doing, especially when we have these live streams when I'm working on decals or some finer parts. It's fine in general when I'm assembling the kit because there's a lot more space involved. But I appreciate that right now it's really hard for you to see what exactly I'm doing, especially if you're on a smaller screen. If you're on TV, I guess you should be able to see. Hey Gundam Nut, nice to see you again, dude. Always glad to see you on a stream. The decal is off center, but just don't tell me that. I measured it with a freaking ruler. Hold on. I shall not have my brain meddled with like that. I need to measure it without damaging the decal. Ideally. Okay, that's... Liar. Deceiver. Nobody trusts Gundam Nut anymore. I doubt he even has 800 kits in his backlog. I will double prove you wrong. I will even measure this decal. Better freaking calipers or whatever they're called. Yeah, double R. That's it, Gundam Nut. That's it. I shall look at you under a different light now. I thought you had 800 kits in your backlog, dude. But if you're wrong about this, what else can I be wrong about, dude? I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's a revelation stream for me. Channel Providence. It says metal bill, but I think it might be based on metal bill. It's clear from the photos. I haven't seen that. The top chest plate. I measured both of them. Is it best to know if your panel liner is water-based? No base coat. I don't base coat my kits when I panel line. Honestly, I know it's a recommendation to top coat your kits with gloss and then panel line to avoid potentially damaging plastic with enamel panel liners or enamel paints in general. I don't do that. I raw dog it, dude. Well, first of all, water-based panel liner is harmless. It's not gonna do anything to the plastic. That's why it's so difficult to work with it sometimes, because unlike, let's say, Tamiya enamel panel liners, the water-based panel liner is extremely easy to remove. Basically, if you drag your finger over it, it will remove part of it. So if any water gets onto it, it just immediately reactivates the ink, and it's a bit of a pain in the ass. Sorry, what is this one? It is. Looks a bit different in person than the picture. So yeah, I used to actually take even bigger risk. I used to use Tamiya panel liners for a while on ABS plastic, like third-party kits. And, you know, I'm not gonna lie, it damaged some plastic in my time. But I noticed that if you use very moderate amount of the Tamiya liner and use it only on armor, even with ABA plastic, it might get away with quite a bit of carelessness. With a water-based panel liner, I literally drench entire inner frames with this. And in terms of top coat, I do top coat my kits, but you know, final kits, in parts. Occasionally, when the weather permits. And since I live in Toronto, that window of weather permits is rather short.
that's why I'm sort of like, I would really like to wrap up this build because I'm not gonna top coat this stuff. Yeah, this looks pretty good actually. The plastic on this guy is very high quality. It doesn't need necessarily top coating. But the builds I'm gonna be doing next, all of them are gonna be top coated. Get to it. I need to get to it. Oh, I really like the print on this decal. It's like a Call of Duty font.
Check it out, boys. Freaking Call of Duty, is it not? Like, really reminds me of the Call of Duty logo. We might actually try to maybe. Oh crap! No, I'm not gonna be able to do it now on the stream. Maybe I can. Hold on. I need to see if I can make it a bit brighter. Like this, straight up on the camera. I remember to hit the like button to help with the algorithm. Thank you very much, Migo. What I do for work? I don't tell what I try to. At the moment, my real me, is quite disconnected from this me. That's on purpose. I work in a regulated area, so I work in technology. That's about all I can share. So I hope you don't take it wrong, my amigo. If ever this becomes my main gig, you bet, guys, you will see my mug, my face, that is. I'll be very glad to share my other hobbies with all of you and tell you more about myself. But for now, I cannot take a risk. Because my well-being depends on it. I may have a view of this. And, a couple of decals there. So I work in tech, in general. Natural evolution of Lego kits. Seems like most people who are into Gundam are into Lego as a kid. Yeah, and also quite a few still are in Legos. To be honest with you, I came into this by happenstance. I did not find Gunpla hobby because I was a Lego fan per se. From my personal connections, a lot of people who were previously and still are into minis, so like tabletop minis like Warhammer, and maybe traditional model kit building, like scale model kits. They sort of came into Gunpla, but also Gunpla as a separate hobby existed for a while and evolved drastically over time. Yeah, but I know like a lot of people that are, very much into Lego, and Lego arguably is more accessible, right? To someone like me, this is preferred over Lego because this allows me to be more creative, it's way more detailed and stuff like that, while Lego is a bit more streamlined. But at the same time, Lego, because of the nature of Lego, you can actually experiment and create your own stuff, just buy a bunch of parts and you can do techniques, you can do creations and what have you. What deterred me personally mostly from Lego once I found this hobby is the prohibitive price of Lego. I had a whole lot of Legos, and as the time went on and I wanted to buy better and cooler sets, at some point I just couldn't justify paying so much, especially having experienced even the price of Bandai kits, which arguably are not cheap in the mecha world. They are still cheap compared to Lego. So, I have a bunch of buddies that are very much into Legos. Okay. Canadian Gunpla creator. Hell yeah. NS is NS Nova Scotia. Yeah, I like the community around here. I got to attend this year. I was invited to attend Anime North Expo in Toronto, and it's pretty cool, man, to see a lot of like-minded people having a jolly good time. As a media, I was able to explore it quite extensively and talk to a lot of people and meet some of the people behind the stores that I frequently buy my stuff from. It was nice. The weather was horrible. It was freaking return of winter for that particular weekend, but still, good vibes. Nice community. And also my next builds will be, well, I did announce it in my previous video, but yeah, I have a Canadian sponsor now. So I have a Gundam Extra is a Canadian store that sells model kits, Kotobukiya, Bandai, and tools. And I've been a customer of theirs for a good while, ever since they opened, pretty much, and ever since I've been in the hobby. And they've decided that they would like to support my channel. I very much appreciate that. So the next builds that are going to be on the channel will actually be partially sponsored by Gundam and partially by Gundam Extra. It will be Bandai and third-party kits. And I also have a super duper special build planned for the end of this year. Trust me, boys, it will be something truly amazing. So, working with that to prepare for that. There's got to be a sender. Come on. There's no way this is off center. Gundam Nut, what's your verdict? That's fair. Never streamed working on the kit before. Suggest suggestion. For sure, man. Appreciate you sharing that. It's actually over 1,000 gigs now. Yeah, I counted them. I find it difficult to trust you, Gundam Nut. You said that decal was off center. What else are you lying about? It's down his work, man. Oh, it's not. Thank you very much for joining the stream, dude, and have a great day and enjoy the chores. Electronics tech. I find there are a lot of trace people in the model. I wasn't looking for specifics. Yep, very much. My job is all about specifics, like extreme level of specifics and a very, very much a niche area. But I also find that a lot of people get into this hobby as part of sort of almost like therapeutic. I heard from a lot from you in the community. I'm not gonna name any names. That you guys got into it because it helps you, sort of take a break from anxieties and whatever, and just zero in on something that you just truly enjoy, and there is no expectations, there is no pressure. Just have a good time and enjoy what you do, right? So I find there's quite a lot of that as well in this community. And for me, that's part of it as well. But it is naturally sort of similar to what I do at work. So this one is done. Do we need to apply any other decals to the main torso? I don't think so. I think we can switch over to the legs. Yeah. Maybe shield. Yeah, let's do shield next. There you go. It's a bit dirty at the moment because there's a lot of residue left from the decals. I'll clean it up later, as per Need to let them dry off, settle in. Just take you out of here. Just stay there. Don't need the LEDs for now. Where's the shield? The shield for this kit looks really cool, guys. Man, check this out. Like, it's really nice design, like very militaristic, almost like Spade sort of thing. It has a lot of attachments for the, like all of the other accessories to be attached here. But also, it has a pretty cool transformation gimmick to where you can open this hatch and it slides down. I don't know what it's supposed to be, but it just looks cool. And also these side flaps, they sort of fold in. Nice stuff, really nice stuff. And I wasn't a fan of this color at first when I looked at on the runner, but I think as a final assembled part, it looks proper militaristic style. So yeah, I think it fits well. Pretty cool shield, I like it. Okay, let's reconfigure the device real quick, put the shield on it, and get some bling to it. I have to get some. Well, you're going to see part of my face there. Hopefully, it doesn't show the full detail, because I wear glasses. Unless I manage to dox myself. Nova Scotia, hell yeah, dude. Never forgotten. You just never know. Sometimes, you know, not often you have somebody from Nova Scotia joining the stream. Yeah, covering the provinces. Oh, nice, dude. Yeah, well, they are very nice peeps. If you're ever in the Toronto area, they have a little display. So they have a Markham warehouse that you can, you know, pick up stuff. It's not like a show store. But they also collaborate with another business where they have like a little shelf. I think it's called Dex, something like that. I visited them some time ago. Pretty good vibes. Pretty nice people. The store itself is more about tabletop, I believe. I don't remember exactly, but they have like a couple of shelves from Gundam Extra. Good vibes there. I was really fortunate to acquire my PGU New Gundam through Gundam Extra fairly early for a very good price. And even with that, that kit was really quite a disappointment for me, I'm not gonna lie. Oh crap. And I can see that's already on sale, so I guess it's, well, it is probably popular. Might not be popular enough. Why did I cut out the decal? There are not many decals on the shield. So 15 goes up the top. Right there. I think these got 13 goes. Oh, this is gonna be challenging. Might need to actually use a little guide for that to center it out. Oh, that's very nice to know, dude. Yeah, I knew they had really good customer service, but I didn't know it was that good.
nice of them. Pretty good prices. I really like their private warehouse thing. Keeps my conscience a little bit at bay. But whenever they drop ship all of my stuff to me from their warehouse, I'm like, holy crap, why did I buy this? Or why did I buy this? I'm not gonna build it. I bought like so many high-grade kits from them, and I still haven't built a single high-grade kit in my journey so far. It's a little bit to the right. Just a smidge. It's like open space decals are always make me a bit anxious. So this guy has to be in the middle, somewhere here. What I've done in the past, when I was doing my perfect grade unicorn perfectibility, I was using some masking tape to identify the center as a guide. And where I work and saving for that SH Studio resin kit, compound and then next time. Get this in place. Thank you very much, Amigo. Appreciate that. 160 Zaku resin kit. I'm not. Well, I don't know anything about resin kits. I'm not gonna lie, so I'm not gonna pretend that I know about it. But I do know that resin kits are hella expensive, my dude. And I have maddest respect to the people that do resin kits, because the amount of skill that requires is, wow, staggering. Unlike with a freaking unicorn, it's not that easy to have enough room here. Off to the side. Now I need to get some markings done. I don't know if it's the right way to do this, boys, but I've done it like this on my, as I said, unicorn. It worked out on larger parts that needed to have decals centered. I'm gonna apply the same logic here. Let's repeat the middle, like that. So that's the center. I don't think I need to find the center there because it's not a very wide part. So we practically are going to try to put it right there. Let me put a little dot. Hey Dale, how's it going? I got high-grade recently to build at work during downtime when I'd normally be on the phone. They're refreshing to build between complex kits. Yeah, that's what I like. I'm trying to find a justification or a reason to start building high grades, because the pile of high grades in my backlog is shamefully humongous. And so many of them are supposedly super duper cool, like all of the Witch from Mercury high grades were highly praised by the community universally. Then the GQ new stuff is super cool. The Netflix stuff seemed to sort of like went and passed sort of quickly, but I have all of those kits as well. And then I have a bunch of premium Bandai, side F, a bunch of other stuff. Chances are my first high grade will be later this year when the 160 bowl arrives, because I'm very excited to build the 160 scale bowl. And I will build
a bunch of other balls with it. Have a regular NG ball, as you should. Then I also have a clear version of the MG ball, and I have a bunch of high-grade balls. It's gonna be Ballapalooza at some point this year or next year, whenever the big ball arrives. Okay, moment of truth, boys. Did we mess it up or did we cook? Oh, I guess did I mess it up? Or did I cook? Yeah, man, if you're doing resin kits, you're a freaking pro, man. How's your progress on the JiHu going out? You done with the build, I take it? So I remember last time you showed me you were done with inner frame, so I'd imagine you should be donezo with the kit by now. Into your wallet, isn't it what this hub is all about? I love Lubu. Oh, Lubu, he's so cool, man. This is my editor as well. Yeah, baby. Oh, nice, you have an editor. Wow, that's awesome. Dude, that's awesome. I'll record it. Hell yeah, man. I hope I'll be able to get the video done for next weekend. I hope. It's a big hope. Yeah, I saw your Fenrir build, dude. That was really good. Really enjoyed the video too. I like this caution. Excuse me. I like this caution here. Let me try to show it here so you guys can see what it says. This decal literally says, caution weapons. No shit, Sherlock. Literally says, caution weapons. Alright, good to know. As we all are, my dude. Trust me, I'm very much on the same boat with ya. Very much so too. But hey, you know, that's how we get better. Got your amigos picking you up, and you got yourself to sometimes, you know, make yourself work harder. So it's just not too hard, otherwise you get depressed. And that's not what this hobby is all about. It's about having a good time, enjoying the builds, making some dope videos. Filming is fun too. And sometimes when I film, my heart rate spikes and my watch is like, "Are you working out?" I'm like, "No, I'm just too excited." It also might be because I'm fat. Let's see. There's an option to turn off this battery pack. Boom. More caution weapons. Just in case you didn't get it from here, this is weapons, right? So they just want to make sure you really know that it's weapons. It's not a limb, it's not a tire, it's weapons. Drop the video Wolf tag is coming after me. Help them probably not to business work out. Should not gotta sign out. Thanks for the stream. Good luck with the decals. Thank you very much, amigo. Thank you for tuning in. Have a great rest of your weekend. Alright, so is that 65 too large? Maybe we put 65 here, but then it will be like in the center. Not sure if I like it there. I'd like to keep this clean, maybe. So, on the shoulders, let's see, maybe I put the red decal there. So, the white on the shoulders. A little more than anywhere on the legs. So technically this big guy is unaccounted for in the guide. Yeah. I think I'll slap this big guy here in the middle. I think that might look cool, and if it doesn't, we can always take it off. It's weird, like this entire section is just sort of isolated. Is that supposed to be like do whatever you want type of thing? I don't see any explanation anywhere. Whatever, I'm gonna assume that that's a yes. Mecha G dropped. Yeah, I saw that. I didn't watch the video itself, but I saw it dropped, and seems like there are more people getting into third party. I was trying to analyze my own review for the Wolf Tech as well, because it didn't seem like it did super duper well. I enjoyed filming it, but I don't think I did it as good of a job filming it as I could have or should have. Somehow the time lapse was more popular than the review, but it is what it is. I'll do better next time. I also saw that they announced a different color edition for the Luna War, like all black and red for the Luna War Lopus Rex. I'm quite curious about that one, because I didn't plan on building that. Just feel like it would be a bit too redundant for me to build that along with Logar and Fenrir and a Wolf Deck, but if Gundam chooses to list the separate the new color version, I think I might snag that to sort of tie off the Barbatuses. Bad luck with another order figure and shows the wrong shipping option. Could turn back and then I had to resend it. Wow, it got returned. What happened? Did it something on the customs or something like that? I don't think I've had that happen to me before. I've had a situation, not with Gundam, but with my own recklessness, where I ordered what I thought wasn't, I guess, mistakenly, it was like an add-on kit for a model kit that I built before, and it turned out it was actually a resin kit, and I was like, well, I'm not gonna ever build that kit, so I reached out to Gundam asking for you know, help me out maybe with the return stuff. Like that's what they did instead. They had me take pictures of it. Then they listed it as a, you know, I guess resell. And then they sold it and covered the cost of me sending it away to the new buyer. That was pretty cool. Never seen that done before. I don't know if it was a one-off special sort of arrangement, but I greatly appreciated that. No, I don't know if they do it regularly, because that might be challenging for a business to sustain that type of practice. Okay, I think we're done with the shield. I don't think I want to do anything else to it. Do I? No, I don't. Maybe a couple decals here. Just feels like it needs maybe a slight touch of extra detail. But what would that detail be? You know what? We're gonna leave it as is for now. And when I'm done with all the decals from the guide, I'll see whatever is left over, and I might do some touch-ups. This, and this are done. So we can switch over to the arms. Yeah, let's do arms next. Lefty. The weight conflicted with the shipping option. Oh, interesting. Interesting. Yeah, I know that the shipping prices have been a bit going up for obvious reasons. Started choosing for like things that I buy myself, not like review samples and stuff like that. I tend to consider twice whether I need air shipping really or not. Partially because it's a bit pricier than it used to be, and partially, like, I ask myself a question: is it going to go to the backlog, or is it going to get on the building desk immediately? Depending on the answer, I'll make my decision. I'm wondering when eventually they have that listing for the Devil Gundam. Yeah, I think it's called Devil Gundam, yeah. So I'm wondering. I thought for a minute that the video went out. I think it's all working, yeah. I wonder what the shipping for that thing is gonna look like, because that thing is massive. Like, it's ginormous. Supposedly. So like if it's huge, if you want to get it over air, you might have to pay quite a premium for that. 23, 22, yeah. Face reveal? What do you mean? There is a model kit version of the Gundam. I think somebody mentioned that earlier in chat. It's a pain to wait. you just wanna have it in your shed sooner rather than later. Do this one. Why am I cutting out the middle one? Oh yeah, well, yeah, that's unavoidable. I guess you guys can sometimes see me. Yeah. Don't look me up, please. My gigantic glasses sort of obscure my face, so I'm wearing these when I'm working on decals, otherwise my eyes are not good enough to see stuff. So the shoulder is not part of it at the moment. Okay, fine. Then we want 15. Yeah, 15. Damn, Del, I didn't know you wrote like that, having an editor. That's freaking profesh. Well, I need to reach out and ask some questions. I'm curious how that works. I thought it was... I don't know what I thought, I never even considered doing that. I'm definitely curious, very curious about that. It's like, good luck freaking guessing which decals go on the freaking arms. God damn it, why did I have to make it so weird with a decal guide? That's it. I think that's all that goes onto an arm. A little bit of water. Your secret is safe with us. Oh, good. It's got a good head of hair. I actually was forced by peer pressure from my entire family to cut my hair a little bit. It used to be a much gooder head of hair, but I was told homeless by my entire family several times. Mullet style is definitely not my type, dude. I'm not a mullet style type of guy by any means. Nothing wrong with mullets, just not my vibe. But yeah, I used to be much hairier, if you will. And then they got to me. They got to me. The peer pressure. They kept calling me homeless. My girlfriend kept joking that I was living more here in the bathroom than she was. It got to me. It got to me eventually. For the first time in like 5 years, I actually had a haircut. I'm not gonna have another one for another 5 years because screw everyone else. Quantum nut, what's your verdict? Is this centered? Come on, tell me. The laser precision eye. You want a mullet? you can grow a mullet and then have like a super duper American style build, something like that, and do like, you know, a themed build, and like review it with all the like Mr. Beast type of editing. Ooh, bolts into the sides. Dude. This guy in charge. What do you mean? Is the guy in charge of the agent version is a bad interpreter? What do you mean? Not sure. Circular virus looks like a lifesaver with the decals. It's very expensive though. Yeah, I did mention it before. It is pricey one indeed. At least the one with DSPIAE official version. There are a couple of ways to try to get this accessory in your set without having to pay full price. One route is to try to do it the way I did. So I've had it in my wish list on AliExpress for a good while, and then I just snagged it with a really heavy discount on the Black Friday sale or Christmas sale, one of those, one of the sales that's really deep discounts. And so that's one way. You still get to do DSPIAE official stuff. There is also, as Gundam not mentioned, there is a lot of other brands on AliExpress that effectively do the same tool. Your mileage may vary, I have no experience with those. I got really lucky with this one because Sarah decided to buy the bullet with the price, and then when it arrived it was missing this screw. So technically you can loosen up this screw. God damn it. Boom, and now it turns really freely. Kind of a useless gimmick, at least for me. So I don't use it, but the part of the tool was missing, so I got a partial refund because I immediately raised the case with Gundam. I was like, oh, amazing, blah blah blah. Not Gundam, sorry, AliExpress. They didn't give me a full refund, but they had to refund a good part of the order. So I ended up getting it really cheap. It's not unless you get lucky like that, cannot really recommend or guarantee that. But still, when I was buying it during the Christmas sale, it was a deep enough discount to where I was like, you know what, it's worth it, especially considering how much I work on decals and custom LEDs and detailing my kits, that the amount of stress this saves me, simply because it's a ball vise, right? So it's really easy to sort of move stuff around. It was worth it, simply the comfort aspect of it, because previously to that I was using this thing, which is still nice, but you have to loosen the screw, move it around and tighten it up again. Such an annoying thing to do all the time. And if you do it only every once in a while, you don't really care, but if you do it all the time, which I do, I was like, you know what, it's worth it, it's worth the investment. So it's kind of personal consideration. But yeah, and if I account for so obviously whenever you guys use my AliExpress links, they are affiliates, right, as I always point out. So I used a bunch of that plus coins. Pretty much I paid nothing out of pocket. So technically you guys bought me this vise, just like a lot of my kids had affiliates as well. It is all thanks to you. But if I was to recommend, if it's worth it, I guess so. It's still a freaking expensive tool to go for. If you got cash burning in your pocket, or you do a lot of work on model kits and you can justify the price, I think under those conditions, it's worth it probably. It's not perfect though, because even earlier in the stream I was pointing out that when I was working on the torso earlier on the stream, this vise is big enough to work on individual parts like these. It's nice, but when you try to, let's say, attach to it a, I don't know, a upper half of the kit, for example, even on master grade kits, it's not big enough or heavy enough to balance that out. It will just flop to the side, which is a bit of a downside, I guess. So the hard limit of this vise is whether the part you're trying to attach is not heavier than the ball, or whatever, the ball is able to balance itself. because it doesn't have any lock mechanism. It's just this plastic spring, plastic thing that it sort of rests upon. So obviously, if the part is too heavy, it just falls down. So there is a hard limit to the capability of this vise. And ultimately, if you can always look at the alternative as well. So I have also this thing, which I find extremely useful for pilot building. This handheld vise from DSPIAE. This one actually is much easier mechanism to loosen it, because you just twist the handle, move it around, and then lock it up. But if you like need things really close to your face, and you work on like pilots or really small things like minis, this one is much better than that one. So yeah, it's like whatever fits your use case.
I just like tools in general. Sometimes when I feel too tired or too burned out to build, I feel like a new tool sort of re-encourages me. I don't know what's the right word. And I have so much DSPIAE stuff, it's ridiculous. You would think I'm sponsored by them, but you'll be wrong.
All right. Yes, indeed. Hey, Control, welcome to the stream. How's it going, my dude? You got a pain in the butt sometimes. Yep. Handheld. Handheld is my second most used device, I would say. So handheld is pretty versatile as well. You might not need the ball, just handheld might be enough. But yeah, like I'm not gonna lie, like I use the ball all the time. Arguably, there are tools that are way more niche and as expensive, if not more expensive, like the metal parts bender. I use them like once a year at most. This. Contest? What's the contest?
Tell me about it. Right, and now we have one little decal that goes on top there. It's on the back, I doubt it. Probably not.
There is one vise that I'm curious about, because I'm sort of doing like a slow research to potentially find an ultimate vise for myself that is sort of articulated like this ball vise, but slightly larger, more grounded, and has both articulation and ability to lock it in place. and ideally some sort of replacement top so that you can have it like a fractal vise and like this back vise. But you sort of go outside of hobby, not necessarily like not model kit hobby, if you're looking for something like that, because there's all like jewelers vise. Oh no, it's one part. Go here. Or like some other like professional vices for trades, and they get ridiculous in terms of prices very quick. Not necessarily interested in those, but I haven't yet come across something that I would really like to potentially invest into. Because at first I thought that this vise would be my end game, but I'm not sure if it is. I think it's really good vise nonetheless. I think there should be somewhere some better options. Although the price of those options might be in another bracket. Oh, wait a second. This decal actually says caution motornuclear. Ah, that's pretty cool. It's a local hobby shop contest. The prize wow, that's a really cool prize, dude. What's the big of a build with a tag with the date and time? Date and name. Nice, man. Fingers crossed for you. Is the Master Grade Banshee, is their inner frame like transparent, or is it like solid color? And do they transform Master Grades, or are they fixed shaped unicorns? Banshee looks dope though. She's really nice. Boom. Not too many decals on the arms, just a few to give it a little bit of a spice. I wonder if I should put something here on the inside. I'm like asking for it, but I'm not sure what. Not these, but they're quite large. Maybe this triangle would fit. Yeah, let's try. Orange color psychoframe. Okay, so you don't need to necessarily try to light it up for it to look good. I saw some of them in person. I really like the proportions on the Master Grade unicorns, Verka. I think they're like, wow, the perfect grades. They're more like, they give you like heavy vibes, really like hefty. The Master Grades Verkas, they're a bit leaner, meaner. I like the design of those. I hope you win, my man. I hope you win. Might be too large. Just a little too large. It's unfortunate. Maybe I can melt it into place. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, there's a lot of, I mean, generally there is a lot of vices for trades and stuff like that. Trying them out is it's not easy. Quite a lot of them are also quite expensive. So yeah, let's see. There is one I'm interested in. I reached out to the maker. They might be interested in a potential collaboration, because that would be technically new space for them. We'll see. So I told them I would, test it with my own methods, share whatever are my thoughts. It's not going to be a promo or anything like that. But I think their vice has some potential to fit. Okay, I think this fits pretty well. This triangle sort of molds into place. So yeah, I mean, I don't know, like, about this. If you can snag it at a good price, if you think it's going to be your end game, I think it's worth it. If you're on a verge, I would rather, unless it's a burning need for you, I would wait, because the hobby is this hobby is becoming more and more popular as of late, and there's a lot more brands and toolage overall becoming available. I would give it a year, see what pops up. Plus, this one has been out for a while. Maybe DSPIAE has some revisions planned. I wouldn't know, but I wouldn't be surprised if they did. Although I know their revision of this vice, because a friend of mine got... So this is like original version of this vice, I believe. And then there was a revised version of it, like a newer model. And my friend got it as a gift. And that one actually has this replaced with a plastic screw, and that thing tends to break, which is like the stupidest decision you can possibly make, in my opinion. For a vice, have a plastic screw. Not a good revision from observation. So this, we have that, we have that, and now we need the 1-2 combo. Boom, and double boom. Good kid, but her transforming it from unicorn to destroy mode is a pen and bot, basically a statue after playing with it for a while. Oh, I didn't know they transformed. But even like transforming perfect grades is a pain in the ass, royal pain in the ass, and a huge opportunity to damage stuff as well. So I would imagine, smaller scale it's even more complicated. I guess if you plan on painting it, probably you're gonna have it as a bit of a statue. Find a good pose for it and have her stand shiny and proud and not move around.
filter these out.
Wow, now you sound like a true Gunpla enthusiast, my friend. If transformation is difficult, the easiest solution, the only appropriate one, is to get a second kit and have it in another mode. So, plus, you can win one and buy the other one, so you only pay once. I completely agree with that logic. That's why I have two MG balls and two Thunderbolts. I try. You got a spirit, my friend. Have you ever built two kits of two of the same kit to display them in different modes or shapes, or maybe one with armor, one without armor? You got your JiHu, congratulations! You plan on building it right away, or is it going to the backlog for a while? Oh, come on, I need a fresh Q-tip. To the left. I think this is centered. I'm going to finish painting AliExpress tonight on a JiHu-II. Nice, man. It's got a fair few runners. Actually, a surprising amount of runners. JiHu. And quite a lot of them go into the legs. They are extremely detailed. I wonder what your reaction is going to be to the runners with a green plastic, because I don't want to influence your reaction. Just curious what it's going to be. My reaction was one when I was opening it up, and I was pretty vocal on stream about it, and then by now it's sort of changed. Boom. I think it's a bit crooked. Busy with other things. Oh, well, yeah, same dude. Busy with work lately. Been eating way more time than usual. Do we have those things back? Yes, we do. Right.
Pretty happy with the decals so far. It's my first experience with decals from Motornuclear, and I think they've done a fairly good job. They seem to be not too thick, but definitely sturdy. And the print is quite crisp. The decal guide is not my favorite, not gonna lie. I think they made a bit of a silly decision having
Sort of like 45-degree angle turn kit, somewhat realistic picture of it with light reflections in some parts, just hard to see where some of the decals are supposed to go. I think a more traditional diagram would have been better,
but
that's the biggest issue.
it's not too bad overall.
Place it there, so it was right on the ridge, like that. Then this, like that. Oh, a bit lower. Boom. Where's the gun coming? Oh, well, I don't know, man. What do you think? What's your plan for it?
What are your ideas? What are your options?
Fresh one before I move this decal around. Boom, boom, boom. Boom. And the last itty bitty decal. Speaking my mind, my friend. Exactly. It is. Enjoy it, man. At the pace you feel comfortable. Do whatever you feel comfortable.
And if anybody judges you, you know what? Fuck them. That's what we say.
Didn't get into this to deal with dicks.
Supposed to be, what do they say? Gunpla is freedom? Do what you like, man. Experiment.
No pressure.
Don't wanna build, don't build. Wanna build, build.
Mr. Miyagi here.
So like I tried not building maybe like a year ago, and
Very quickly found out that I am at a stage where I cannot not build.
start get a bit itchy, get a bit weird if I don't get my building fixed on a regular basis.
There we go. Arms donezo. Let's get shoulders done, maybe. Let's see which one I'm going to use the right shoulder. Which one looks better with the pen line. And also pen align the inside of the shoulders with the water-based pen aligner. I think it looks pretty cool on the inside. It's probably a bit blown out now on the camera. We made it quite bright, but trust me, it looks pretty dope on the inside there. Let me try to zoom in. Boom. Check this out. So like with a little bit of pen aligner, the part separation is even stronger. And here on the inside, looks quite nice. Didn't expect the shoulders to look this nice on this kit, to be honest with you. Because this is like MGX level detail. Sort of like molded inner frame there, little silver part to add a bit of extra detail. Definitely punching above its weight a little bit even. But then the top of the shoulder is actually pretty interesting because it doesn't really have a top, it's just mechanical sort of part of the opening flaps. So there's per se no top shoulder armor. A little bit of like handle here, armor accessory attachment point. So pretty cool shoulders, a bit unusual. It's the same with the waist on this kit, because technically there is no side waist armor. The side waist armor is actually a couple of accessories that attach here and sort of extend over the side. But as it stands, there is no front waist armor, except for this schlong, I guess, I don't know. There is back armor, which is this ammo flap, but there is no side armor at all. So, some interesting design decisions with this kit for sure by Motornuclear. So which one looks better on the right side? Pokemon kind of guy, gotta catch her, gotta collect them all. Well, you gotta collect them all, you don't have to build them all at once. You're on a schedule, right? You can always have a second shed. There's 18 there and 26 at the front. Okay. So we're gonna need 2 of these guys. Let's see what else goes on the shoulders. Nothing at the back except for the 26. That's quite modest. I think we can add some more. I think there's going to be quite a few leftover decals on this thing, so I should add quite a bit once I'm done with the main placement. I don't know if I'm going to add all of them. Who knows? Who knows? Have you tried Infinite or the Mountain Diamond on their look? I personally have not done Cosmos LEDs on the Infinite Dimension Nemesis. I've done my own custom LED set on the Infinite Dimension Nemesis. However, I've done a lot of Cosmos LED sets in general, and I've had really good experience with them. Overall, in general, I recommend excuse me, Cosmos LEDs. So far the ones I've tried have been really good quality. There is a community member on the channel who actually bought the Cosmos Infinite Dimension kit and the Cosmos, in Era Infinite Dimension, whatever, Nemesis kit, and the Cosmos LED set, and it was their first Cosmos LED set, and they were pretty happy with it, and they actually made a post on a community section of this channel sharing their experience. So if you're interested, if you're interested, check out the post on the community page of the channel. It might be a bit of an older post, a couple of months ago, but they were pretty happy with it. And also, if you're not like super duper experienced with Cosmos LEDs or LEDs in general, it seems like the Nemesis Cosmos LED set is a good entry LED set because, comparatively speaking, I believe it only has head unit LED, which is fairly easy to install, and it has external LEDs that sort of attach to the action base. So it's a good entryway to where you get to experience what is a Cosmos experience. You get to try your hand at placing LED inside a head unit, so some minor modifications, but nothing major, and see if you like it, and the result should be spectacular. So that's all I know about that set. There, and then this, it's like twisted a little bit, yeah. Very close to panel lines, all of this. Hope I don't mess it up. It's a bit of like a weird placement here, but I guess it fits. Sort of a vent caution. Nice, need a good dry brushing and chipping. Ooh, dry brushing. You're giving me ideas, man. If I decide to dry brush this kit, it'll be another couple of weeks. I need to resist. Not gonna lie, I thought about doing some dry brushing on this kit and potentially doing more detailing, but probably won't. I think I've given it a decent amount of attention already. It's got a full set of custom LEDs in the chest unit. Even though it might deserve it, like I'm not saying that this kit doesn't deserve it, I think it's a really good kit. Just have plans for other builds. Plus, you bet I'm going to be building the sniper whenever that thing comes out, so there will be other opportunities in this line to do more cold work. I would imagine there'll be doing a bit of like a grunt line probably, so I think there will be, I would expect there will be a lot of like repetitive elements, like some inner frame,
slight variations in the armor, accessory sets will be the main differences between the kits. I just don't feel like this thing on the side fits. It's a bit of a out of nowhere part.
Yeah, I mean, if you are looking for more challenging Cosmos kits, there are definitely quite a few of them on the market.
Sky Defender indeed is one of the more in-depth Cosmos kits that have been released so far.
They also have
A somewhat challenging yet extremely nice looking LED set for MGX Strike Freedom. I believe they have a direct replacement LED set for MGX Unicorn as well, which should be fairly easy to apply because I would imagine it is a direct replacement to the original infamous LED set that kit comes with. They also have Unicorn LED sets for perfect grades. Those come in a lot of different types and shades. What is that shape? A lot of different shapes and sizes. They have a RGB, non-RGB, and depending on the version of the Unicorn, it can be a direct drop-in replacement of the original Bandai, or that plus a bunch of additional LEDs that you need to, figure out how to run. But yeah, I mean, straight up, like about the Nemesis, from what I heard and seen, it's a fairly easy to apply LED kit. It does a good job, and like all the other LED sets from Cosmos, they can be both battery and USB power. They have remotes, and I believe they also have an option to connect to an app on your phone. And all LED sets from Cosmos, I believe, have persistent memory, which means that if you turn it on through the remote or the app and you configure it to some sort of custom effect, if you simply turn off the power, unplug it and plug it back on, it actually, all the settings and the state will persist, which is extremely handy. Because what you can do is a similar thing to what I do. So I have all of my custom and Cosmos LED sets all wired to the same outlet, and that outlet is controlled through a smart plug, like a Philips Hue or Govee, whatever. And I just use my phone to turn on that smart plug, and all of my kits light up. And I don't have to use a bunch of remotes and settings and whatever the hell every time I want to turn them on. This is very, very good quality of life thing. Like I was reviewing some time ago a fancy display case from Apex Time, and while the case was really good, the lights were really good, they did not have persistent memory in that thing, and that was a problem. So I'm not going to use your remote to turn it on and off all the time. I'm not that invested. And I don't want to have it on all the time. I want it automated. And I believe they have a new case, Apex Time, something something Ultra, something something, and supposedly that one is better. And I might even get a copy of it to try, so we'll see. So for the shoulder, where did I put it? Oh, right there. Yeah, it's not many decal.
Nothing go there. No, I've had experience with Cosmos LEDs on the BG Exia. Oh yeah, Exia, I've done that one as well. Go check the post for Nemesis. Yeah, sorry, if I could, I would have found like linked, but I don't think you can post links in chat. Yeah, just check the community, and it should come up. Pretty good. The Exia is also like dope. That LED set from Cosmos for Exia. It's so nice. It's one of their best LED sets. It's very easy work for them because obviously Exia's perfect grade Exia's is her main gimmick is the LED set, but of course original LED set is trash. It's not sugar coated. It's trash. I did have a bit of a mishap with mine though, because when I wired it and I tried to pose her around, I tore some of the LEDs in one of the hands. So I had to. It was very nervous moment there. Trying to fix them, but it all worked out in the end. She has a little dedicated space Exia next to my PGU-RX-72 Gundam that I wired with some custom LEDs, and they look dope next to each other. They're like so different, because Exia, I have Exia fully top coated, and the LED set obviously is extremely bright. So I have it actually at the lowest brightness setting. But she just looks dope. She's very mean, lean. And next to her, RX-72 is like a mechanical monster compared. And in my case, my RX-72 PGU is a half transparent, half regular armor. And on the regular armor, I added a bunch of SH Studio metal etching details. It's like you wouldn't even think that they are from the same brand, from the same maker. The designs are so vastly different, yet equally impressive, both of them. Yeah, that RX-72 build earlier this year during Christmas was such a joy. Those like big builds, like Sky Defender, any perfect grade Unicorn, they're such a nice experience whenever you build them, because it's a big investment in terms of time, money, space. Always quite rewarding. Now that I think of it, PGU-II, I don't have the same sort of memories about the PGU-II, even though I built it also earlier this year. I had huge expectations for it. It's just that action base that it comes with is such a disappointment. I cannot go past it. Although it looks phenomenal. I look at it every day on my shelf. I just cannot help but think, what if Bandai created this dedicated, proper stand for that kit? That would have maybe even posed the fin funnels around, so they like, floating around in attack mode and all that stuff. What if they did not simply cheap out and reuse a Unicorn action base with a flimsy adapter? Is that too much to ask for a kit that's over $5,000? What if? We're definitely going to be revisiting PGU-II soon enough. I have 2 LED sets on the way for it.
one from Cosmos and one from Unicorn Art. Will be interesting to compare. I know Unicorn Art did a LED set for PGR-X72, but that LED set is like super duper custom set. Like you have to very extensively modify the kit to put it on. And I chose not to do so. Instead, I put a couple of my own LEDs for the eyes and the chest. And that was good enough for me. But for the PGU-II, they went a bit more traditional style, I believe, where they replace Bandai's own LEDs, and they add LEDs for the fin funnels. And so does the Cosmos. They have their own LED set for it too. So once I have both on hand, I'll be making a video taking apart my PGU-II Gundam and testing out and checking out whether Cosmos has a solid competitor now, or if they are still firmly on top. We'll see which one is better. You should do a short video of the Cosmos kit slideshow. I actually thought about it. I haven't tried filming it, but my kits are sort of integrated into the rest of my apartment, and there's a lot of personal stuff on the walls and stuff like that. So I'm probably not gonna do that anytime soon. I do try to, bring in my Cosmos kits whenever I do like build reviews for comparisons and stuff like that. But it's just taking them off the shelves is a bit of a challenge because they are carefully wired. Shoulders done. Let's mark them on the guide, and let's see what we do next. So this is done. This done. Yeah, done. Done. Not done. Okay, so we can do the butt flop, or maybe we can do the rocket the rocket pod. I think maybe we can do one of the legs. What do you guys think? What should we do next? Our options are waist, legs, rocket, launcher, or main gun. It doesn't seem like you need to apply any decals to the revolvers, which is unfortunate because they're really dope. Like you can swing out the barrel to the side and like, does it rotate? Yeah, a little bit. Boom. It's like a Magnum freaking revolver. And there's also another one somewhere. Yeah, this one. This one actually has a different opening mechanism even. Let me take this thing out of it. Can I? Cannot, whatever. But it actually opens up like this. There's a little mechanism that slides out the ammo thing. Pretty cool stuff. Like really simply done, just a few parts, these revolvers, but both of them are really cool. I'm gonna guess third-party companies will make a good base for it. I really hope so. If and when the third party makes a decent action base for PGU-II, I will definitely be on the market for it. Well, I am on the market for it now, but if it's available, I'll consider buying it. Because it's not even like you don't need to reinvent the wheel.
there is a really good MG Master Grade Verka new Gundam action base that sort of is a good concept for it. Excuse me. Just like you just have you need a really pretty hefty action base, and the same sort of module for it that allows you to have articulated arms attached to the action base itself, the main action base, and then allows you to articulate the fin funnels separately. I have used that action base in my JiHu-II build. Let me show you what I mean. Hold on a sec, boys. Here's my JiHu-II. Obviously, it cannot be exactly like that because of the scale. It needs to be beefed up and probably, engineered slightly differently. But at least this is what I mean. So for the real grade JiHu-II, technically it's from the Master Grade Verka, the same base. Do I have like a good picture of it from the front? Oh, crap. Like all a bit cinematic and whatever. Anything that's easier to see from the back, maybe. No, that's another base. But I don't know, like hopefully it sort of comes through. But what I mean is that, so there is a like pretty hefty base, the red base, right? Let's pause that. Let's look what I mean. Oh, come on, you stupid thing. Don't know how to play. There you go. So it's like an arm. It's angled, so the kit is like sort of like mid-flight. Obviously this can be, I hope, beefed up to a much larger scale to hold PGNU. But you can see that at the end there is a bunch of adapters and a bunch of arms for the fin funnels. It's really cool. I mean, obviously at a larger scale, and the fin funnels for the PGNU are massive, so probably something like that won't work out. But you can have these arms attached to the base itself, to the foundation of the base. Why not, right? I mean, whatever, a huge amount of options, but instead of doing anything interesting, they just said, oh, whatever, we have a unicorn base, let's use that, a freaking slot-on adapter on top of that, and good enough. Like, really, really rubbed me the wrong way, that approach. So yeah, if any third party goes ahead and does that. The thing though is, obviously, with PGNU Gundams, not only not being sold out, at least in Canada, they're not sold out, they're on offer in quite a few places, and they are on sale. So if the kit didn't perform super well, then the incentive from the third parties to make any accessories for it is probably diminished. So, not an expert in that, but I would imagine basic logic applies. Oh, interesting. So there isn't like an accessory attachment point there. Okay. Legs it is. Let's do one of the legs. Yeah, absolutely. That kit is super duper expensive. And yes, I mean, the main body is phenomenal. There's a lot of like plated plastic. The inner frame is just phenomenal. The fin funnels are also great. But I mean, come on, it's not like a third party. It's Bandai. It's like super duper landmark anniversary kit from Bandai. The expectations were, rightfully so, very high. And in my opinion, they could have done a better job with it. Don't want to sound too negative. I still enjoy the kit. Still glad I got to buy it and enjoyed building it and reviewing it. But I did not enjoy posing it, not a little bit. these complete parts out of the way, and legs. First, a little bit of water. And I'm back here.
So for the legs, we start from the top, 19. At the front. I'll pay this guy. Then on the sides, you can actually slap the 65 there. There, yeah. 11. Then 13 at the back. Finally, on the ankles, sort of 24, 25, that'd be guys. Boom.
Go. Let's give them a sec to soak in.
Let's see.
Gonna find a better way to fix it in place. Might as well turn it back around. Oh, actually, do it like that. Makes it a bit lighter. Oh, come on, dude. Can you grab it? There we go. I tell you, boys, these legs are so dope. Like, I cannot get enough of the opening gimmick at the foot. Looks so cool. Then there's like an opening hatch here at the front as well. And then these opening things. It's like so unnecessary, but so cool. And not expected, most definitely. At least by me. Then this entire front assembly on the knee sort of like opens up with its tubes and all mechanical stuff on the inside. Really cool stuff, man. And then these hatches, boom, boom. Like explodes in detail. There's also like accessory attachment ports, like right here. If you open the dagger holster thing, I guess. There's another accessory attachment point there. Like, I'm just flabbergasted by this. Such a great design. And even at the back, there is like really cool joint interconnect. If you like bend the knee and move this around, obviously it's double jointed. So first the main joint slides out, and then the connection with the lower leg then twists, and it moves the upper knee armor slot. It's like a really nice mechanism there, really smooth, beautiful looking. Then this thing slides in, but also at the lower leg, which is completely unexpected, at least from me here, this actually is connected as well. So as you try to move around the lower foot, this armor part actually moves too. Look at this. Very smooth, interconnected, sort of natural motion. Like nuts. It's not nuts to the level of some like, you know, insano kits to where even side armor would be connected, to where you like if you shift the foot side to side, this armor would move up and down. But still, for the price and for the grunty design of this thing, it's like goes so far above and beyond. Yeah, I'm really liking this. All right, let's put the decals on. Does the top areas has sort of co-looking crowns, common sense and hub for more military mobile sets? For sure, man. For sure. The original ADAS is so dope. Asgard. Have Valkyrie in my backlog. Need to build her. Okay, I'm not entirely sure what do they have attached to it in the picture. Seems like a different attachment module. Let's see. What do we have in terms of spares on the side here? Unless they went with a slightly different attachment part in the final build. I don't think there is a spare part or something like that that I put elsewhere. Let me see. Because these things, they have little openings in them, so definitely no place for a decal. Inside it looks different. Seems like just on the picture, the design of the part looks slightly different. But I'm not entirely sure if it's a part that I put elsewhere, or if it's one of the spares. Don't remember any spares. looks very much like this part, but obviously it's not this one. Oh well. Let me check the guide real quick. Yeah, even here they have it detached, and it's exactly the same part as unattached. Go back to where I assembled the legs. No, it would be in the accessories. Clearly this is the part I want you to use, but on the photo it looks different. Get me all confused, motornuclear. Whatever. Whatever. Final double check. Yeah, I guess a picture is a little bit different from the final product. Playing mind tricks with me. And I also noticed that actually they have sabers stored in here, right? But there are no effects for the sabers, which is a bit odd. Haven't come across that before as well. Where are you supposed to get? I mean, it looks like a standard port for the sabers. Can actually try out a few real quick. I have a little container full of saber effect parts from my previous builds. So I would imagine I should be able to pick something that fits. But just like the LEDs, it's a bit odd to not include effect parts for the sabers. I'm a little bit struggling to follow their logic. Not including LEDs, not including saber effects, yet giving you space clearly for the effects. Like they are needed here. No, this doesn't fit. The hole is too small for master grade and perfect grade, but it's too large for real grade. Effect parts. See if we can find something. Ish. It's a bit weird. Don't like that. Let's see what else we got. Gladly have quite a collection of sabers by now. This looks even weirder. Yes. Grades definitely are too small. If this orange fits, that would be a near perfect match. It does not, barely. I think we can persuade it. Yeah, this fits with the color scheme. It's a bit bent. Let's straighten it out. Some hair dryer. Yeah, I think orange fits-ish. But why is it not included in the box? Your guess is as good as mine. Pink one, not really. Have anything that might fit even better? Green might work, but I don't think I have any greens that have the circular attachment point. Up here? Yeah. Yellow? Oh, yellow might work. Might even actually work better than this orangey one. Let's keep it for the future. They're slightly bent as well, like this slashing effect. And red. This red might actually fit. I'm gonna put these aside. Might use them for the review. Is the pair for that? Yep. So yeah, boys, if you got this fella, he does come with saber handles, but it does not come with effects for those sabers, which is an odd decision. But if you have some spare sabers, it looks like, I'm not sure, I don't label them as just a pile of sabers in my case, but these are definitely not real grades. These are master grade sabers. I don't remember where these are from. This might be actually from Hyakushiki 2.0 master grade, and these ones, no idea where they're from. One of the many prior builds. So try out if you have spares, see what fits. It seems to be a regular, circular hole. Diameter approximately is, let's see, about 2 millimeters. Slightly smaller than 2, so yeah, 2 millimeters diameter for the peg. Motornuclear really wants you to sort of find your own parts for some of this kit. Back to decals. Pointing downwards.
This is really close to panel lines. Big danger. Big danger. Boom. Got it. Then go down to the sides. That's at the back of these. So somewhere here, might as well apply the 65. 11, that would be this guy, this one. And further down we have 10 and 9, and that goes here, there, and it needs to be pointed forwards. Boom. Big guys would be going so I want you to point right part towards the back. Okay. Like this. This wide area has nothing in it. Might add some decals later. See whatever's spare. Looks like a great area for extra detail. Crap. It's not a bit too hard there. Boom. Boom. And boom. One side is done. What's going on here? A residue or a bubble? Whatever it is, it's gone. It's something here or both. And something at the front feels like missing a detail. Like this lower part might not be visible when you pose it around, but this upper part would be, especially when you open it. This is like, might be a prime spot for an extra decal. What kind of a slap there? Maybe one of these. This is left leg, left shoulder has this flag thing. You put another one there actually, right here. Let's do that. How my day been? Pretty good, man. Pretty good. Today is a bit recharging, you know. Just before the streams, I try not to do anything too involved, otherwise I don't have enough energy for the stream. So today was, you know, recharge day for the most part. Lots of stuff had to be done this week at work and at home. Still have not freaking prepped the balcony and furniture for the summer. A bit behind there. So I'll be the plan for tomorrow. Doing a bit of a cleanup sesh there. Most of my days when I try to recharge is just playing a bunch of music during that day, taking it easy. How about yourself? You said you've been doing lots of OT lately. Hopefully you're feeling alright. Taking some good breaks on the weekends. Recharging the batteries. Maybe I can angle this a little bit. Looks a bit more expressive. Like that. Oh, that's not too bad. A little extra detail there. I've been really enjoying this video actually, because the marker review video got a lot of feedback and I got to learn about a bunch of marker brands I never even heard about before. So lots of like doing research, checking out what are some of the brands that people recommended. Alrighty, a little bit of like extra detail there. I think it makes it look a bit prettier. Still feel like I need to add something here. Just like this, and it's like a bit of a gap here. Maybe we could slap
There's not that many decals that would fit there naturally. I can double up on 11-12 and put another one there, but that might look a bit redundant, though I can mirror them. So 11-12 go in the back. So there's not that many spares really. So on the back we need one set, only one. And then 13th on the sides. So we need another set for the other leg. So that's not so for the other leg. Then I can use customize, and that's for the back. Yeah, I think there is enough. Okay. I'm gonna mirror 11-12 decals there. I think that will balance out the aesthetic of that part. Really good, thank you. Been spending most of this day hanging out with you in the chat. Fusion from Chrome pad and some Gunpla parts later. Nice, man. Sounds like you're having a good recharge day, my amigo. It's always a pleasure to see you on the stream. Always good vibes. Lots of good info. You encouraged me to stay a bit more up to speed on the releases and stuff like that in the third-party world. Although I'm still pretty far off being up to date. But I saw Lunavore in a color scheme that's like black and red, and that looks so sexy. I've asked Gundam if they plan to carry it, because I would probably want to build that. Not interested in the regular color scheme Lunavore, because to me it's a bit redundant with the Wolf deck. So definitely not after that one. But the red and black version looks interesting. And also still no details on the Skyblaze, but a lot of hype around it after that super cool video they released a week ago or so. I was expecting to see some information around, you know, price, dates, because ideally I would like to build that kit, but it seems to be a large enough build that you actually need to sort of account for it ahead of time. Plan around it. But no detail yet. I did not slide it all the way down, I did not slide it up. Then this looks back. Boom. Nice. Like there's like a tasteful amount of decals that motornuclear wants you to put on this kit. Just adds the necessary militaristic extra like vibe to it, but it doesn't go overboard really. Or when sometimes, you know, the decals don't really fit the design aesthetic and they like seem out of place. I think they did a pretty good job here. Although, would have preferred if they gave us more spares. I think I would have added more. Especially like on the alternate color parts, like darker parts. Could have easily doubled or tripled the amount of decals on top left here, like 11, 12, 9, 10, 1, 2, stuff like that. They went pretty modest with those. Because Iris had a considerably larger decal sheet. Yeah, that design is also very busy, arguably much busier than this one. Still, good job, motornuclear. Good job. Boom. Gotta get a color version. Same, man, same. I saw actually earlier today that the new color for in-ear Thunderbolt was announced. Yeah, I saw that. Looked pretty cool. It looked arguably, yeah, I don't know. Like I looked at that and I was like, all right, cool. That's, you know, Gundam sort of coloring version. Nothing like super duper unique, I would say. Not to sound overly negative. It's a good color scheme. And the original color scheme arguably was a bit of an acquired taste. Like that combination of purple, orange, white, blue, a bit like a bit of a paint mixer explosion, the original one. So it seems like the new one is an easy win, much more palatable to a wider audience, I would say. The kit itself is just really good. It would be great for them to get it in more hands. But is it like the most unique color scheme they could have gone with? I don't know, I think they sort of went safe there a little bit. But I think you mentioned it was a competition, so I guess it's a community decision. Seems like community is in for a more standard color scheme, arguably. It's a really good scheme, though. Looks nice. But I've got to be honest, it's not really taking any chances there. It's pretty safe color scheme. Although they might have taken too many chances with the original one. Water slides, your favorite, Del, eh? I was just saying that this kit doesn't have enough water slides. They should have added more. More water slides. Boom. And now the foot. They want you to apply a whole lot of 3 decals on the foot. Wow. 8 and 7. They only have 2 pairs of them, no spares. Like really, why are they so stingy with decals? Give us like 10 extra copies of each pair, so we can do something creative. Oh, son of a bitch! Stay there. get some Thunderbolt at some point. Love the 2 Manta Ray version. Dude, Manta Ray is such a great kit. Oh, the Green Goblin is one of the GOATs, without a doubt, unquestionably. Such a great kit. And if you can, like, if you do top coats, and if you can give it a top coat, it makes it look freaking $1,000,000,000. Such a great kit. Ooh. The Manta Ray unit in and of itself is like a kit, a very good kit, and then it's original Thunderbolt on the main body, but with different color scheme, and they split up some of the original parts to achieve color separation, like a 2-tone color scheme there. Very nice build, very nice kit, through and through, amazing experience. I saw, like, I believe a year ago, in one of their announcements of a, crap, I don't remember what it was. I think it was even their, so Cosmos released a video, I believe like a year ago, something like that, for the LED set for Nemesis. And at the end of that video, or maybe it was some other video, they teased LED set for Thunderbolt Manta. And I don't think they ever released it. Don't know why. I was kind of looking forward to it. Even though for my Manta, I once again did a custom LED of my own for the head unit, because sort of it's my thing. But I'm not sure why they decided not to go for it. Maybe they didn't see a reason to release LED set that only has a head unit LED. I don't believe Manta really has a lot of space for. Yeah, it doesn't really have a lot of transparent parts, I believe, where you can stack into these. Maybe in the Manta cockpit itself, but that's about it. So maybe I don't want to put it to the center, not at the edge there. Or I can actually, hold on, let's take this one off and put another one. This one, put it towards the end. Yeah, Gundam Not just mentioned that there's a new recolor. Yeah, I saw it earlier today on Facebook. Looks pretty cool. A bit of a safer color scheme compared to the original one. That's a bit of a paint mixer explosion. Not like super duper unique though, but you know, it's still a really good kit. So I would imagine with a color scheme like that, it might actually have a second sort of, you know, comment in the community. These tiny decals are sometimes extra annoying. Boom. Sometimes those decals they actually do. Yeah, for sure. I agree with you. It's a fine balance. I sometimes choose not to use decals at all on a kit. Sometimes I go overboard. Sometimes I even bring in decals from other kits. I have a little container where I store all of the leftover decals from prior builds, and I also have a bunch of sheets of generic decals for different designs. It all based on the vibe, right? Depends on what you feel, what you want to do, like the theme you're going for. In general, I'm quite a fan of decals. I think they allow you as a builder to sort of very easily adjust the vibe of the kit to your preference.
Obviously, beyond that is painting and stuff like that. But decals is like an easy tool that comes out of the box and allows you to give it your own touch flair. I think it never hurts to, for the maker to include more decals on the sheet. Even if you don't end up applying them, just having the option is nice. For this particular kit, it feels like, at least I feel like for this kit I could apply a lot more decals, like a lot more decals, and I mean like, you know, considerably more. But obviously they don't give you much of a choice here, and these decals are sort of unique enough to where I don't think I have a generic set of decals that would fit the aesthetic necessarily. It's not a problem, just I wouldn't hold it against this kit. Like now working the decals, it reminds me of Osiris quite a lot, and Osiris had an insane amount of decals. And even though it was a royal pain in the ass applying all of them, with the water-based pen liner being already on the kit, the final result was stunning. I think militaristic kits like this one, with a lot of like hard edges and angles, they sort of invite more decals because it sort of creates a more grounded aesthetic to where, you know, every decal is some sort of a warning marking, some sort of, it serves some sort of a purpose. But if you like check other modern nuclear builds I've done on the channel, like Modikin or Lubu, they have 0 decals, and they look amazing. They don't need decals. They don't come with any, as a matter of fact. But it's not like they are, like you build them and you think like, oh, we should have had a decal. No. You build them and you're like, damn. Let's put a foot back on without damaging the decals, perhaps. Can put it like that. Might be a bit of a challenge. Hold on. Bam. Bam. Now that's a beefy chicken leg. Let's close it up. Let's move this down like that. Then move this like that. So it looks like a bit of an inverted heel or something. Beauty. Absolute beauty. Let's put her right. Don't think I can actually hold it. Let's see if the vise is heavy enough to hold this leg. It's been an awkward shape. Ish, works-ish. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Wish Gundam had a back vent in stock. You can always wishlist it. I believe in Era is pretty good about reprinting their kits. They, I saw some of them coming back in stock recently. I don't remember what it was, but I had a like a long alert for something. Yeah, it's just mark it, and you never know. It might come back up in stock, and grab it there, dude. Era is pretty good at
They don't release like a lot of designs. They seem to respect their older designs and reprint them. Not an expert, but at least that's my observation so far. So you never know when it might come back in stock. Overpriced, yeah, for sure. And also, Manta is a bit of a large kit, so it's a beefy box. And if it hadn't been reprinted in a while, then obviously, you know, people would be trying to make extra cash on it. Pink Thunderbolt. Isn't the original Thunderbolt pretty pinkish already, though? Hold on. Let me grab it. I have it, should be right above my office space. I mean, it's not totally pink, but it's got plenty of pink in it, don't you think? Look at this. I mean, you could argue this is not pink. But as I said, it's a bit of a paint mixer explosion. Damn, he's dusty as hell. Yeah, more purplish, right? I look a bit different on camera too. Excuse me. But I mean, it's, yeah, the original color scheme is definitely not for everyone. Though the construction of it is just, oh. Like, it's been in this pose, standing up without an action base for over 2 years now. And the elbow still holds this gigantic freaking railgun, both elbows. And the torso still holds this, I mean, look at this freaking butt. Huge. The ankles still hold it, the legs, the knees are still stiff. Nuts. This was like my first time building a third-party kit, plastic inner frame, and being thoroughly impressed by it. I didn't even know before this kit that third-party did inner frames that rival Bandai's inner frames. I thought third parties are like metal inner frames, and that's how they deal with stiffness and stuff like that. But this inner frame was something that, in my mind, you know, changed my opinion of third parties quite extensively. Yeah, great kit, absolutely great. Manta is just bananas beyond that. And this was actually also fully panel lined with Tamiya, I believe. Because at that time I didn't even know that water-based panel liners existed, and I didn't yet discover washers. And it's all ABS plastic and still fine. I remember those decals were a bit of a pain in the ass. Some of them tore up. And I believe here on this side I messed up the, yep, it's upside down. So it can only pose like this. Yeah, such a great kit, dude, such a great kit. Might even like revisit it at some point, slap an LED into it, because it's really easy to add LEDs to these kits. It has transparent eyes, and there's a lot of space in the head, so it's like sticking an LED into it is easy as pie. Maybe one for the cockpit. Maybe one day we will revisit this one as a, you know, sort of reminisce about the earlier builds. See how they stood the test of time. This one clearly is having zero issues. Well, my amigos, that is going to be it for me for today. I think I've done some pretty good work here. Really nice chats, as always, super nice vibes. Appreciate hanging out with all of you. The JiHu is progressing quite well. Another leg left, some accessories. I'm not making any promises, but I'll do my absolute best to get it ready, to get a review out next weekend. Let's see if I can make it happen. Oh, sorry, give me a second to put the Thunderbolt back in place. Okay, nothing fell, good. So yeah, always nice hanging out with you all. Thank you very much for joining. What else we got? Yeah, If you're ever shopping on Gundam, regular code SKH. If you're in Canada and you're looking for like first-party Gundams and Kotobukiya, Gundam Extra, the new supporter of the channel, really appreciate them stepping in and helping me out get more cool stuff. And I'll see you all next time. Cheers.